Hello, it's Jenny, and just as I was about to start filming, Ozzy made an appearance, so I'm going to go and give him his treats and be right back. Hello, I'm back. So this is my catch-up video for the Deck the Year challenge. This is hosted by lovely Penny over at Penny's Crafty Creations, and the idea is that each week you make a altered playing card. Now I think, what week are we in? What week are we in? It says I should drop stuff all over the floor. It's week 13, and the last time I shared one was week 7. However, I do have them all made, so I have just made my 13th. So I will insert a clip of that and show you that one up at the end. But let me show you the other ones that I have been making. Sometimes I just don't have time to film a video, especially with my husband around the house a bit more. I always feel a bit daft talking to the camera when he's in the next door room working on his accounting, doing something serious, and here's me faffing about with spray and bits of paper and things. So this one must be week 8, and this one I had just bought myself some slatted rectangle dies from Craft Addiction UK, and so I cut into the card with a slatted die, and then I sprayed the playing card and tried to just let it dry naturally, which took a little while, I think. All my cards, I've pre-gessoed them, and then I stuck some matte gold card behind the slatted, and I cut this leafy die out in a sort of like mirror gold, the matte gold, and a black, and then I had this little bit of embroidery thread lying around, so I tied that round. So that is week 8. I've not written that in the back, but 8. And then week 9. So Sabine from Krusky's Crafts, I have won, I think, 2 in a row. I actually won 3 in a row, but that's another story. But I won 2, received 2 prizes for her, saved me from the bid challenge, and she sent me some Snoopy stamped images. And this one I thought was so cute. It's like he's looking at a whole bunch of cards. And I thought, I have to keep that. So I added, I did a bit of ink smooshing on the background, and then it wasn't very strong colour, so I ended up just picking up my Distress Oxides and kind of stamping it straight on, so you get a wee bit of the direct colour. I added the wee Snoopy. This I think is an Altenew die, Keep Calm and Make cards, and the little envelope with the love hearts came in that as well. So that one was week 9. Week 10. Oh, I love this. So, lovely Shirley, handmade by Shirley, very kindly sent me a little bundle with some of this paper. I want to say it's Stamperia, and it's cats and dogs, and she sent me some pieces of the paper and a few of these sort of ephemera pieces that are like, can you see they've got like a sort of goldy sheen to them? Gorgeous. I think whenever I see these kind of ephemera things, I think, oh, I can just fussy cut that out of the card. But actually, it's really gorgeous. So what I did was I inked up the back, this side of the card, with just whatever blue was left on my blue brush, I think. And then I took a piece of the paper and ripped it, tore it down, stuck it on. And then basically, this was so easy. I just stuck this cat on because this is how I feel most mornings. Oh, I love mornings. Oh. And then I just tried to added a few little dots that I don't know if you can really see, a little doodles to kind of blend in a bit with this. But that was that's kind of cheating, that one. So easy. Then week 11, I watched Marcy, the crafty cranky crafter. I watch her Fodder Fridays, and this is one that she did, and I was playing about with them, and I thought, I wondered if it would work. This is watercolours. I wondered if it would work on a gessoed playing card, so I had a go. Obviously, it's very different. I just completely let it to dry, so you get this sort of pooling, which you maybe don't get on the watercolour paper. It reacts quite differently. I thought that was quite cute. So that is week 11. Then week 12, last week I did the Tag Tuesday video, which is run by Shirley, handmade by Shirley. She asked us to use metallic textures, so I'll tag that video below, because what I did was I used a Pepsi can. So these are just some offcuts. So if you want to see how I did what I did to it, the Pepsi can, to get these lovely colours and textures, you can watch that video. And then I think I used this trim for my tag as well, so it was lying on the desk, so I just stuck some pieces of that on, and then I've still got some of these gorgeous flowers on my desk and a little bit of vellum that was there, so it was a kind of use up the scraps that were on my desk, and I think it looks quite cute. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my speedy little process to make week 13, unlucky for some, and then I'll be back and I'll show you the finished card. So I recently purchased the Made to Make by Made to Surprise Maker's Edition 1 kit. That's a snazzy name, isn't it? I think this was released last year maybe, and I missed the opportunity, and I had seen various people with it and thought, oh, I wish I'd got that, because it's like toadstools and gnomes and pretty flowers and butterflies and ladybirds, and yeah, I had non-buyer's regret. So that's what I'm going to use for this one. So I've started off with adding some Distress Oxide inks to my playing card, which has already been gessoed. So I'm using Lucky Clover, Mowed Lawn and Fossilized Amber. And then I'm just blending that a wee bit. Then in the kit came with a embossing folder, and it's got these very cute toadstools and kind of leafy bits, I think, on it. So I'm going to try and do, I think it was called Jacob's technique, Joseph's technique, Joseph maybe, it might be the Technicolor Dreamcoat Joseph. So basically you emboss a brightly coloured piece, or you deboss into it, so the pattern is debossed, not raised and embossed. And then once you've done that, got a bit of ink on my nice shiny new embossing folder, then you take some black ink. I'm using my Memento Tuxedo Blend or Tuxedo Black, and a ruler, what do you call that, brayer, and you add black ink to the kind of flat portion of it, so you get that effect with the texture, which is debossed. You get the colour shining through. So I did that, and then I was having a wee look at this stamp set, and there is a gorgeous stamp of a gnome with butterfly wings. You'll see it in a moment when I put ink on it. And you know, I love gnomes, I love butterflies, so this is right up my alley. So I'm stamping that out. I'm using my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I am going to use some alcohol markers. So I've got some Tri-Blend Spectrum Noir and some Copics I think I'm going to use. Yes, as if by magic, there they appear. So I thought I would just include the colouring, because I like watching people colour. I find it very soothing and relaxing, so I'm hoping that you might as well. So I'm doing a mix of this sort of slightly corally pink, a nice kind of bright spring green, a pale aqua kind of bluey colour, and I've got a little bit of pale yellow as well. So she's got a nice pinky hat. I must say, I think it might be me as I get older, although I have just got new glasses, but I do find it sometimes intricate stamps like that. I find it a wee bit tricky to see where what's what in the image, and she's got these sort of plaited pigtails, and I had to have a little look at the book that came in the box kit just to see where that. It's easier when you see somebody else's coloured up image, I think, to see what's what's dress, what's face, what's hair. So I did have to have a little look at that. Does anybody else find that with crafting, with stamping, that sometimes if it's a very intricate image, you need to have a bit of a hand to see what's what. Has anybody else bought this kit? Did you buy it when it was out last? I think the second one has been out. I'm sure I saw it was either Monica Kluska or Katerina. I think it was maybe Monica showing some projects with it. I'm doubting myself. I think I saw this. I think it had like a lighthouse. Maybe it was a seaside theme. If I've dreamt that up, somebody tell me in the comments. No, that's rubbish. That never happened. She's got like a little kind of spotty dress that you don't. I think what she's doing is she's got like a green penny on, and then you just see the bottom of her dress, and it's spotty. And I think I love spotty things, so that made me happy. So yeah, here I'm doing the hair. So I'm adding a little bit of darkest at the sort of the plaited end, and then I'm going to add the next shade and the next shade. I do like Spectrum Noir for these because it comes already, you don't have to do too much thinking to get which shade's going to blend with which. So for things like this, it's nice and easy. So yeah, so she's got these. I don't know how would you get your hair to do that? You'd have to put like wire in it or something. I'm not sure my hair could do that. Not that I've plaited my hair in a very, very, very long time. What I'm tempted to do sometimes with my hair, because it's quite long at the moment, is to put it up in two little high, like the little space buns that people do. And I think I'm 51. Am I too old to have space buns? Probably. But maybe someday I'll do it. It's just getting a little bit of skin, Peely Wally Scottish skin tone. And then I'm going to do the wings a little bit aqua blue. Oh, what am I doing now? Oh yeah, her sleeves. She needs little sleeves to match the dress. I went through a phase where I did a lot of colouring, and I don't do so much of it anymore, but I do really enjoy it. It's so satisfying, especially if you're blending either with coloured pencils or with alcohol pens, or it's quite satisfying. I don't think I'm always the best at picking colours, complementary colours that go with each other, but I wanted her to be quite bright, so I thought the blue wings will stand out against that black background with the touches of green and yellow. I thought that would I thought the pink hat and the blue wings need to kind of stand out against the background. So yes. So I'm filming this on Friday morning, but it will not be Friday when this video goes up. And I believe we're about to have a stormy weekend again with more wind and rain and maybe even snow in some parts of the country. So yeah, it's pouring rain now, so that's fun. Now, I've already given her some little sparkly shoes, so for that I used the Jelly Roll. I don't know what it's called. Is it like Stardust or something? It's like a little shimmery, glittery one. And then on the wings, I've added it's a Spectrum Noir. I'm just trying to see. Crystal Clear, it's called. Just a little bit of that. So then I fussy cut her out, and I've gone for a little sentiment that says, a friend like no other. So this is on that same stamp set, and what I just decided to do was cut it up so that I could arrange it around my little gnome lady on the card. And then, yeah, that's it really. I just add this on, put it all together. Splat with my paperweight. Poor gnome lady. Until that's kind of taken, because it is a bit textured, that background. And there she goes. So I hope that you like. So here we go, the finished card. I have added a friend like gnome other, and then this like butterfly gnome. I mean, it's the cutest thing. I'm so glad that they released this made to make kit again. It was the first one and I completely missed it. And then when I saw it came up on Facebook, I think that they were doing more of them, a limited run, and I was like, I have to get one. So I did, and it's making me happy already. I did start off thinking I was going to use the die set because they have some gorgeous mushrooms in there, but when I saw this gnome stamp, I thought that was perfect. So yeah, so you have watched that and seen how that's all made. So if you want to check out more Deck the Year videos, you can click below. There's the hashtag, so you can, if you click that, you can see everybody's who's using that hashtag. You can check out Penny, her channel, because she shouts out everybody who's participating in her comments or her description, so you could go and follow people that are participating. And I also have a playlist of my own. I've got a playlist for 2024 which I completed, and a playlist for this year which we'll see if I complete. 2025 I started doing index cards and I failed very quickly. So fingers crossed for this year. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are having a good day, whatever you're up to. I think maybe this camera, or my phone camera, my phone is slightly squint. So if I look slightly wonky, it's the phone, not me, I promise you. But yeah, all is peaceful now because the cats have had their treats, so they're happy. And yeah, I'm back, going to get back in my craft room and do some other, I don't know what, something else that needs doing. So thank you so much for watching. Take care.